Thanks for that, Jack. Yes, so time has rolled round for the final Superkart race of the day. So unfortunately we lost the second race due to the red flag and then obviously time issues as well. But I think looking at the clock now, Jack, we're sorry James, we're about 5 minutes ahead of schedule. So we've managed to capture back some valuable time. So the Superkart's due to have a 12-minute race. I think we're going to see the full distance this time, barring any incidents, but at least we're going to be finished ahead of the curfew. And obviously the horrible thing at this time of year is that the clouds are coming in and the light starts to go, and these things don't have headlights, so we should be okay for 12 minutes provided they get out fairly soon. Now, because of the previous race being declared null and void, it slightly changes the points in the Mono Cup, which the Mono Championship, which is still to be decided, and it's now swung the pendulum in the favour of Lee Plain, because coming into this race Lee Plain leads on 329 points, that's the 101 kart, and Lee can add whatever score he gets in this race to his 329. Paul Platt at the moment is 3 points behind, but Paul has a score of 10 to drop, so obviously he's got to finish 9th or higher to add to his score, but calculations say that obviously if Paul won, he would get 30 points, but he's then got to drop 10, so the maximum Paul can get from this race is potentially 20 points for a win, whereas Lee Plain can finish second or third and still be crowned the champion. So let's see how it all unravels between the 101 and the S1 kart in this race. The grid positions will be determined actually from the fastest laps from the first race that we had today, obviously with the previous race being voided. So when we get the grid coming up on the screen, I'll give you a quick run through of that, and suffice to say at the moment that it will be the GP kart of Lee Harpham on pole position with the 2 karts of Liam Morley alongside him. And in respect of championship, we should see Lee Plain on row 6 with Paul Platt, the S1 kart, starting on row 7. So the kart's being readied in the dummy grid area. Lee Harpham, the GP kart, winner of the French, the British and the Dutch Grand Prix this year. And pushers getting the karts underway. Previous year Superkart race for himself, but Lee obviously is the main man at the moment. See the 42 on top line. There's the 2 championship rivals, the S1 and the 101 of Lee Plain, both of those exiting the dummy grid area. Addition there for the 36 of Tom Baldwin. Field stream out the 2 450s of Bradley Clintock and Nick Flint. And the final 450 12 kart of Kevin Ridley, John Faulkner and John Reader also joining the grid. So we'll quickly run through the grid, and it's GP of Lee Harpham and to Liam Morley on the front row. Row 2 is the 84 of Matt Robinson, 87 Jack Tritton. Row 3, the 24 of Tom Rushforth and the 8 of Andy Gulliford. Row 4, 29 Tom Hatfield and the 55 of Ross Withrow. Row 5, 42 Tom Riley and 3 of Carl Hume. Row 6, 101 Lee Plain and 15 Luke Jempson. Row 7, 9 Paul Von Gerard and the S1 of Paul Platt. Row 8, 72 Richard Jewett and 56 Michael Goff. Row 9, 49 Michael Parr and 35 of Samantha Hempshall. Row 10, 107 Aaron Powell and 36 Tom Baldwin. Row 11, the 50 of John Busby, who should have been joined by the 132 of Jordan Bailey, but obviously Jordan had that off at Clay Hill. Stopped the previous race and Jordan started. Row 12, the 161 of Richard Connick and 74 Will Lawrence. Row 13, 92 Ben Arden, and the first of the 450s, that's the 26 cart of Ronan McClintock. Row 14, 59 Nick Flint and 115 Mark Radford. Row 15, 95 Daniel Lanson and 62 Andy Powell. Row 16, 12 Kevin Ridley and 147 Chris Borson. Row 17, 66 John Faulkner and 143 John Reader. And on the final row of the grid, the 18, so row 18 is the 47 Aaron Lale. And I don't think we saw the 81 of Ian Challoner going out, so I think that Ian Challoner also a non-starter in this race. So 34 on the grid. Say the Division 1 series already tied up, but it's all eyes on battle between the S1 of Paul Platt and the 101 of Plane. Off the safety car as it comes under the Warwick Bridge and down towards Lodge Corner. Car's weaving to get some heat in those slick tyres. Very late actually, but pace dictated by pulses. That's the GP. Lights are off and we go racing, and it's a bit of a tardy start, but it's Harpham and Morley side by side, and always something locking up on the inside. Full safety this time, which is great to see. No spinners, but a couple of carts slowing down towards the back of the field, but everyone's safely through Old Hall for the first time. But it's looked like was it the GP of Lee Harpham as they go down towards Isle of Bend for the first time. Yes, it is the GP of Harpham, chased by Morley. I think that's the 84 of Matt Robinson. Somebody has locked up going through Isle of Bend, the 42 cart of, and there's a bit of contact further down the field. And we're going to get a red flag because the 42 of Tom Riley went off on the outside of Isle of Bend. Unfortunately, it looks like 35 of Samantha Hinshaw was
we've got a third car as well off, on the entrance to Island Bend, gone about 40 metres off onto the grass, almost on the other side. So 3 carts off going into Island Bend for the first time. Green flag at the moment on the timing screen. How long it will stay like that, I'm not sure. As the full field of them come through Knickerbrook for the first time. And the leaders are making their way already towards Druids. Morley and Hooman are already making their way through Druids and towards Lodge, Gary.
Yeah, so we'll just see whether they can clear the carts out of the way at down at Benedict. It shows always helping, but across the line it's the GP of Harpham from Morley, then it's Matt Robinson, then a big gap before Andy Gulliford and Tom Rushfield, then Carl Hugh, Jack Tritton, Paul Platt goes through the S1 ahead of the 101 of Lee Plains. As it sits at the moment, that's not going to be good enough for Paul Platt to win the Mono Championship. The rest of the field streamed through. I can see Ronan McClintock down in second place in the 450s with Nick Flint leading the way.
Yeah, 56 of Michael Goff just went straight through the straight through Knickerbrook, but he's back on his way again, so he straight lined his lops. So the leader, the GP cart, is now already back going through Britons, so it is at this stage Lee Harpham who leads the race. From in second position, Liam Morley, and then in third position is Matt Robinson as the leaders come through Knickerbrook, and they're going extremely fast. So it is Lee Harpham who leads the way all over the place, but he managed to stay on. Liam Morley in second position, very much on his heels. There's a slight gap to Matt Robinson for third position in the 84, and then the number 8 of Andy Gifford, who's going really quick in this race in fourth position. Then in the fifth race is the 24 car of Tom Rushforth. And back to you, Gary.
Yeah, so the leaders due to come through there. It's Harpham and Morley as they go through Lodge Corner and come out to complete 2 laps. and it's nose to tail, and it's Harpham and Morley. Is Morley close enough to make a move into Old Hall? Not quite close enough. Matt Robinson there in third place. Then we've got a big gap before the 8 of Andy Gulliford, with Tom Rushforth now coming under pressure from the 87 of Jack Tritton. Paul Platt goes through leading the monos, with then Paul Von Gerard then being chased by the 101 of Lee Plain. So it's still, as you were in the monos in the championship, looks as if it's heading towards Plain.
So Lee Harpham, the man from Grimsby, is the fastest man out there, and he is the leader, but he's been beaten by Liam Morley, who might be second on track but is ever so slightly quicker out there, 7/10 quicker. Liam Morley in the number 2 cart is in second position and number 2. Matt Robinson in 84 continues to be in third place, and then in fourth position is Tom Gulliford, and then comes number 8 Andy Gulliford, and then the number 24 of Tom Rushforth completes the top 5 as the leaders come back into Knickerbrook, and it is Lee Harpham who's being hotly pursued by Liam Morley. There's very little between this pair, very little indeed. It's 1/10 last time, it's going to be a little more than that this time. And then comes Matt Robinson in third position. There's a little bit of a break then to Andy Gulliford, and then Tom Rushforth to complete the top 5, and it's back to you guys as they go towards Lodge.
Yeah, I can just see the 35 car of Samantha Hempshall that got mixed up with that shenanigans. Then the Islanders back out there racing, but it's Harpham and Morley that's come up through Deer Leap to complete 3 laps, and it's still the GP from the 2 carts coming up to lap the 161 of Richard Connick. Samantha Hempshall say up and running just ahead of Andy Gulliford. Jack Tritton now up ahead of Tom Rushforth, so change of position for the 87 cart up into 5th place. Paul Platt comes through P8 on the road. You see Paul Von Gerard and Lee Plain.
Yeah, so Lee Harpham leads the way as he goes back towards the Shell Oils hairpin. And he leads the way into the Shell Oils hairpin, being hotly pursued by Liam Morley in number 2, and then comes Matt Robinson in the 84 cart. Andy Gulliford's just entering the Shell Oils hairpin in number 8, and then then comes Tritton in the number 87. He's moved up to 5th position. Tom Rushforth in 6th position is crowning the Shell Oils hairpin now as the leaders come back into sight at Knickerbrook. It is Lee Harpham leading the way now. He's still got a 15th of a 100th second lead over in second position. Liam Morley, then comes Matt Robinson, who's closing the gap on the leading pair. Then comes Andy Gulliford, who's very much in touching distance of the podium here, and then comes Tritton and Rushforth, who are all hot on their tails. There's not that much between the top 6, there's very little between the top 3.
Yeah, the 2 leaders of Harpham and Morley trading fastest laps, 35.9, 35.8, so still about a second off of that record pace, but it's Harpham that comes across and completes 4 laps, and Morley's still there in second place. 4/10 is the gap between the top 2, and then we've got a 3.1 seconds back to Matt Robinson, a fastest lap last time round for Lee Harpham, a 35.218, 2/10 quicker than Liam Morley. So here's the GP car starting to stretch his lead.
Yeah, and in the other division, in the F250, we still see the S1 car of Paul Platt ahead of Lee Plain in the 101. So respectively, Paul Platt leads the F250 class from Lee Plain in the 101. Paul Platt currently 8th overall, and Lee Plain currently 10th overall, as the leaders look like they're going to be coming back towards me very shortly. They come back over hilltop, and it's even less between the leading leaders of Lee Harpham and Liam Morley. Liam Morley even attempts to try and overtake that time. Liam Morley in the green number 2 goes up Clay Hill. There's a bigger gap now for the 84 orange and yellow card of Matt Robinson. Then little between, then there's a little gap to Andy Gulliford, and an equally sized gap to Tritton in the 87. And then there's a similar sized gap to 24 Tom Rushforth, who has the yellow luminous wing as they go up Clay Hill, and the leaders are probably coming towards Lodge.
And Morley looked for a move up the inside coming into Lodge, but the door was closed by the GP of Lee Harpham, so still locked nose to tail as they're going to come up to lap the 56 carts of Michael Goff fairly soon. Still the GP for the 2 as they go through Old Hall, and fastest lap, well, that's a personal best that time around for Liam Morley, a 1:35.4, but Harpham now it's back down to just under 0.2 of a second as they've got 5 laps under their belt and 3.5 minutes to go.
And their nose to tail, they've both negotiated number 56, which is a back marker that they've got round going lakeside, and they go round the island bend. Harpham still leads, Morley right on his tail. There's 18 hundredths this time between them, so the gap not getting bigger or smaller. Morley really right on his tail. Robinson continues to be in third position in the 84, and Gulliford continues in fourth position in the number 8. That's Andy Gulliford, 87 for Tritton, and then Tom Rushforth in the 24, 7th position to Hume as the leaders come into Knickerbrook. And it's very close indeed. They have to negotiate number 115. They have to get past him, and they do that going up Clay Hill and the exit of Knickerbrook. It is still Harpham from Morley. Lee Harpham leads the way from Liam Morley as they go back into Druids. And there's nothing between this leading 2 cars in the Supercar final of 2024.
So through the double right-hander at Druids go the leaders. And Robinson still there in the distance, but not quite close enough to challenge. So 2 minutes 25 left on the clock, and Harpham and Morley complete 6 laps. 2 minutes left on the clock. So I think we're going to get this lap plus one more, James, and 2 laps to unravel the championship season. As Gulliford now coming under pressure, the 8 carts coming under pressure from Jack Tritton, so that battle for 4th place has pulled away and left Tom Rushforth quite some distance apart there in 6th place. Further back to see that Paul Platt and Lee Plain still on cue. Yeah, Paul Platt crosses the line.
Meanwhile, we have the number 35 coming off in the gravel. I'm not exactly sure where he's come off, but number 35 is off in the gravel.
So Samantha Henshaw throws him off into the pit. That might have been down on the far side of the circuit. As leaders now coming up to lap the 15 cart of Luke Clemson.
Absolutely, and there's very little between this pair now. Lee Harpham still has the lead going up Clay Hill. Liam Moore look closer than ever as they go under the pedestrian bridge over the crest of the hill. It is still Harpham from Morley. So Lee Harpham with the blue and black car, hotly pursued by Liam Morley in the green and white number 2 as they go past the 35 that has come off of the Kiswalitter at Druids. They head towards Lodge.
So Lee Clemson going to get a shock in a minute. 2 leaders are right on his tail as they dive down through Deer Leap and Blue. Oh, and that's given the opportunity for Morley to get past, and Morley gets past Harpham as Harpham momentarily, but Harpham fights back going into Oulton Park before the final time, and Harpham starting his last lap, but 83 thousandths of a second separating the 2 as they cross the line. So is it going to be the GP kart? Is it going to be the 2 of Morley?
Well, Lee Harpham, as you say, took the lead again going into Old Hall. He's kept that lead down lakeside into Island Bend. There's very little between them at all, as it is still Lee Harpham who leads, and Liam Morley in second position in the 2, the green cart, as they come out of Shellow's hairpin. They've got more back markers to negotiate, and will now it looks like Liam Morley has overtaken Lee Harpham to have a new race leader, and that is in the form of Liam Morley. He overtook on the finish line. Harpham got past him again, then coming into Shell Oils. Looks like Liam Morley has got the lead once more. So it is Liam Morley who will lead them into Knickerbrook for the final time asking. Liam Morley leads the Carling Supercars final of 2024. And his second position is Lee Harpham, but it is Liam Morley who leads the way as they go into Druids for the final time.
Yeah, leaders coming into Druids, and it's traffic that they're trying to deal with at the moment, and Lee Harpham got compromised through a big gang of carts, and somebody else getting safely out of the way, but Morley's slowing. Morley is slowing underneath the Warwick Bridge, arm in the air, so that is a disaster for Liam Morley on the final lap. Hands the lead to the GP cart of Lee Harpham, and crosses the line. Now the checker flag has gone out, but I don't think they picked up the GP cart of Lee Harpham, so the win goes to Lee Harpham. Matt Robinson picks up second place, and Morley, there's not enough momentum for him to get across the line. Morley unfortunately pulls into the pit lane, so it's not going to be a finish for Liam Morley. So second place goes to Matt Robinson, third goes to Andy Gulliford, fourth to Jack Tritton, fifth goes to 24 of Tom Rushford, and Morley, well, obviously it's showing on the screen as being P6 because the timing screen may extend across the pit lane, but we'll wait and see if that's confirmed on the results. But disaster for Liam Morley. Paul Platt crosses the line there in 7th place, but will win the mono class on the circuit, but we'll wait for the 101 of Lee Plain to cross the line. There goes Paul Ronjerd. Lee Plain crosses the line, fist in the air, so he knows he's done enough to take the mono championship. And Ben Arden, a good drive for Ben Arden, 92, gets P3 in the mono class. So we wait for the rest of the field to stream across the line, across the road. 55 gets 13th on the road and 10th in class. Aaron Powell completes the mono cup, and thumbs up from from Luke Blaine to say that I think Lee is confirmed as the mono cup champion. Lee Harper obviously didn't see the checker flag, so he's come around and done another lap. But that concludes our supercar action, and the season will start again all too soon next March. But thanks to Jack Werrell and James Reynolds. James, I hope you enjoyed your first taste of supercar racing, and hopefully we can work together again sometime in the future.
No, pleasure to work with you, Gary. It was fantastic to watch the supercars. Loved watching them. They are incredible, aren't they? What a great spectacle and what a great battle they had on track. But I have to say, they are the noisiest of all the machines out on track today, which is quite something for a car, isn't it?
It certainly is, yeah. And I'll say 1:35.3, I think, was the fastest lap in the end, which is only about a second off the lap record. So in these dusky conditions, that's not bad going. So it's me, Gary James, signing off. I say, hope everyone has a safe journey home, and we'll hope to see you and speak to you again sometime soon.
Thanks, Gary, and for me, James Reynolds, it's been a pleasure to be one of your commentators here at Oulton Park today, and I hope to see you all again soon. But for me, and everyone here at Oulton Park, good night.